Greetings. My name is Dr. Willis Thomas, and I wanted to take a few minutes to review with you my presentation on Educate for Data Governance that was presented to the Institute for Validation Technology Global Conference in California in 2015 and again in Amsterdam in 2016. I've received lots of inquiry regarding this presentation and wanted to provide some highlights to help you see the importance of providing data governance education specifically for life sciences companies. On my website, you will find a number of different publications that reference my work in this area. And for the past 15 years, I've been in the life sciences industry working for major pharmaceutical companies. I have been recognized and have received 2 global awards for my publications in the area of project management and evaluation, as well as learning and development. In this presentation, I talk about the who in terms of educating key stakeholders on the organization's data governance. I talk about the what, identifying the scope of education for data governance, the where, right-sizing education requirements for data governance, the when, determining the timing of education for data governance, the why, measuring the benefits of data governance education, and finally, the how, using a blended learning approach to support ongoing education. So this presentation is available from the Institute of Validation Technology's compendium, and some of the highlights of this presentation and my experience in this area involves sitting on a global council for data governance, where topics such as data integrity and data quality are key topics. We're involved in the implementation and ongoing organizational operations for pharmaceutical products on a global basis, and data governance is a key strategy for the organization's success. As I discussed in this presentation, which was 90 minutes, that we should be focused on helping an organization understand that data governance is different than a data campaign. We want to get buy-in for data governance from senior management. We want to organize a committee to establish procedures. We want to verify our assumptions and constraints to address barriers to data governance. We want to ensure goals and objectives are aligned to available resources. We want to report on performance of data governance initiatives by measuring results. And it's essential that we network for best practices to support continuous improvement. And to this end, we attend international conferences such as the one put on by the Institute for Validation Technology. I talk about who are the key stakeholders, not just the chief information officer and the chief data officer, but also the end users and the consumers of data. I go into how you establish a data governance program and why and how to use blended training to support the rollout of education on data governance. So it's important that we clarify the scope and that we look at data integrity as an essential element for data governance. Data management is core, common, and critical to data governance. And then as we start to drill down, we look at things such as good documentation practices and what are the characteristics of current good manufacturing practices as it relates to GDP. We should also think about cybersecurity and data and information privacy as key aspects to educating people within our organization regarding how we manage data, and that we consider data and information privacy laws specific to the organization, the countries, and the regulatory bodies. I discussed PII, personally identifiable information, SPII, and PHI, and how these things should be managed. There was also a discussion of HIPAA in the presentation, and how you can ensure that your organization complies with this from a learning and development standpoint. So the question is, what are you doing to right-size education requirements for data governance? There is a data governance maturity model. Here we're focusing on, as we would with project management, developing a common language regarding data governance, making sure that we are supporting benchmarking and best practices all the way through continuous improvement, which is respectively considered level 5. When we think back in the 1950s that IBM was selling hard drives that was the size of a refrigerator that contained only 5 megabytes, and now, as of 2013, these hard drives manufactured by IBM hold 125,000 terabytes. There is significant enhancement in the amount of data and how we manage data. We have moved from premise-based solutions to cloud-based solutions. Hence, there is a need for us to educate our staff on how we want to do this. So I outlined a training project plan which is specific to data governance, and the thought here is that we should have curriculum established for all employees based on their roles and responsibilities and their engagement with data. We can do this by defining the organization and looking at the organization type, such as if there is a functional organization or if there is a matrix organization. We should also consider the importance of data literacy by having a common glossary available in our share folder so that people understand the terms and definitions. And those involved as data stewards or managing data, such as our IT representatives, should be integrally involved in this process. Within the presentation, I give you places where you can find additional information, professional associations, and references such as the Data Management Body of Knowledge. And I point out excellent organizations who can support you in this effort, such as DAMA International and the Data Governance Institute. There are many organizations which are established just because this is such a hot topic and due to cybersecurity breaches is becoming increasingly important. There's also certification available for those who would like to pursue education at higher levels. So hopefully this gives you some of the basics and a good general overview of the presentation, and I hope that you will take a moment to contact the Institute of Validation Technology and take a look at the full presentation which is available from their compendium. Thank you.